Anyway, but let's go ahead and move on to the Commander side of this. First off, you know that I've said that any success outside of, going 8-9 is money. This is the first time since 1991 that we've started a season 10-5. Okay, first off. Secondly, Jaden Daniels. If there was any question about him being the Rookie of the Year, that's squashed. Okay, he's at least 2 or 3 game-winning drives now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's squashed. Could have been 4, but our field goal kicker missed a field goal. So yeah.
But you also had a Hail Mary, so
look, it balances out. But look, he, and yes, this is a pun, took command of the offense. He had a little bit of a slump halfway through the season. I think they were just trying to protect him after the rib stuff. That's over with. It's done. He got free range again to run the offense how he sees fit. Look, Saquon might have had more yards, but let's be clear. Jaden Daniels was the most dynamic runner on that field because, Saquon was getting stopped behind the line about 4 or 5 times in the game, right? Jaden, when he got in the open field, it was hard to tackle him. You can agree to disagree. That's fine.
Lucas, you can't equate the both. One is scrambling and one is a running design.
Okay, fine, whatever. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. First off, Terry McLaurin, chef's kiss. Now he's tied for the most touchdowns by any running wide receiver in franchise history. He's tied for it. Just needs one more to break the record, right? Jaden Daniels'
fifth season in a row, he's had 1,000 yards receiving.
Yep, 5th season in a row now. By the way, him and CeeDee Lamb have pretty much comparable numbers, only, he has a lot more touchdowns. So, keep that in mind. No, not him and CeeDee, my bad. Him and AJ. AJ has slightly more yards and less receptions because he played 3 less games. Give you that.
All 3 are elite.
Yeah, all 3 are elite. Look, Terry, we talked about it in the preseason. Is Terry a real number 1? I don't think that's a question anymore. It's not a question anymore because he's a red zone target. He might not always put up the biggest numbers receiving wise. That's not really his game, but he's a guy he's the best body catcher in the NFL. He's the best guy that can catch with his body in the NFL. Does he have the smoothest hands? Not all the time. That's something that he could always work on. But getting down to the end of this, look, Jaden Daniels, yes, you guys could have sealed the game, but at the end of the day, it took Jaden Daniels to make that game-winning drive. How many veterans are making that game-winning drive in the NFL? Be serious. We got Patrick Mahomes, maybe Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen probably, right? And Joe Burrow. Who else do you trust to be able to do that? Not that many, right? Not that many.
10, just to think off the top of my head.
Okay, still. That's only a third of the league, right? So the guy's going to be elite. He's probably close to being elite already. I'm trying not to get too hyped about it. But what went right for us is that our defense finally caught up. They were playing with the same tenacity that they needed to. They loaded the box. They were able to hold, Saquon to a reasonable number after that big bust. And yes, you could say it was Jalen Hurts, but you play who's in front of you, okay? You adjust accordingly. Jalen Hurts could have slid. He could have slid. Didn't do that, okay? That was his choice, okay? Might have cost them again, might have not have. Who knows? Who knows? He was only 1 of 4 at that point passing wise, right? So it's not like he was lighting it up in the air game, right? I mean, he had a good running game at that point, right? So let's keep that in mind. Maybe the threat of him is bigger than the actual what he was doing. Fair enough. You play who's in front of you. What went wrong for us? The turnovers. Look, 5 turnovers against the best defense in the league usually loses you the game. I honestly don't know how it didn't. Because, okay, first off, Brian Robinson. No, I'm not trying to be mean, Maurice. I'm just being serious.
You didn't have our quarterback.
I don't care. You had a 21-point cushion on us.
Real quick. What the announcers for that game annoyed the heck out of me. The guy keeps saying, "What an improbable comeback victory by the Commanders." 5 turnovers. Like, well, it evens out when you don't have your starting quarterback. You have Kenny Pickett with a noodle arm.
Well, then you shouldn't
passing the
have
football.
taken Kenny Pickett as your backup quarterback. Get somebody that can be closer to, that can emulate the offense closer to Jalen Hurts.
You can have Drew Lock
last
if you
season
want.
you had Mariota.
You did, and you let him
upgrade
go.
or downgrade? I don't
I
know.
got a bunch of backup quarterbacks if you're in the market.
Yeah, bring Tommy DeVito to Philly.
Yeah.
The Italian Paisano, right? I would love that. I would love that so
Between
much.
cutlets and a Philly cheesesteak, I'm here for it.
Oh my gosh, I'm all for it. What if they made a Philly's cheese? What if they made a Philly cheesesteak special, but with cutlets on there? If he came
talking about a Philly cutlet,
yeah.
So
Philly
basically,
cutlet.
a chicken parmesan hero.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Big Backery, and there you go.
Oh, that's Big
Anyway,
Backery at its
Maurice,
finest.
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue
No,
your
you're
thought.
good. You're good. You're good. No, it's all fun. It's all fun. No, so anyway, getting back to the game here. Look, De'Ami Brown, that high usage, I was expecting him to mess up at least once, and he did. That's not a surprise. Brian Robinson, who hadn't fumbled at all this year, had 2 fumbles. That's a big deal. Like, I saw his confidence shook in that game, and I'm hoping that he can, shake it off. But if not, that's not good for us. You guys did a great job, and that's what went wrong. We couldn't run the ball outside of Jaden. He accounted for like 91% of our rushing, of our total offense. Like, that's our backups were 3rd string and a practice squad guy. So, like, that's not great. We definitely missed Eckler this game, that's for sure. I wish somebody didn't give him a concussion so bad that he was out for the rest of the season. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Earl.
You getting mad over a textbook clean hit? Go ahead and finish your point dealing with this game.
Look, I think that the NFC East should be worried about Jaden Daniels because this roster is still far from being complete. I think that we are 2 years away from having a really competitive roster. And by the way, Dan Quinn's the first head coach to ever go 10-5 in their first. You get 10 wins in their first season in DC. So kudos to him. Also, some stuff on the most recent the first episode of DC Football 101 with Mr. J. I talked about how they initially did not allow the bill that they had for government budget to include the new stadium rights, the rights to the land to be transferred over to DC. They did the following night, like at 1:00 in the morning, they did approve the land to be transferred to the city of DC in a separate bill. So now we are one step closer to the Washington team being back in DC where it's supposed to be. So,
hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Anyway, player of the game is Jaden Daniels. Look, 5 touchdowns. Only 6 other rookie quarterbacks ever have done that before, and he's the first one in DC to do it. So, look, he's special. I don't know what else to tell you.